start from the beginning. So, group discussion is basically known as GD. GD is a short form of group discussion. So, it is one of the most important part. It has become one of the most important part of the shortlisting process for recruitment as well as admission. Nowadays, most of the organizations and most of the institutes have started, conducting GD as a selection process. So, if you want to, do a job, or if you want to go higher studies, then you might face a group discussion round. So, group discussion round is the shortlisting process. So, it is conducted before the personal interview round. So, this is one of the initial rounds of interview. All right. So, why is a GD conducted? It is conducted to evaluate certain skills of the candidates. So, and on the basis of the skills, on the basis of their skills, these candidates are selected. So, these are some of the skills. On the basis of these skills, the candidates are evaluated and the candidates are selected. So, the first skill is communication skills. So, communication skills include listening skills, speaking skills. So you have to be a good speaker as well as a good listener. So you have to be able to express your opinions properly, as well as you have to be able to listen to the others opinions, so that you can analyze what the others are saying and then share your own opinion. Next is leadership skills. So leadership skills include, integrity, accountability, empathy, vision, and positivity, responsibility, creativity. So leadership skills include a lot of other skills. So it'll also be evaluated on the basis of these leadership skills as well. Now, leadership, when I'm saying the word leadership, it does not mean that you have to be the dominant one. You have to be a leader there. You are not the team leader there, and you're not a politician who is delivering a speech. So you're not supposed to do any kind of activities which shows that you are trying to dominate the other participants. But leadership skills simply means that how creative are you, how you can deal with pressure, how you can communicate properly, how you can present yourself positively, how creative are you. So these are the skills on which you will be evaluated. The next is behavior. So you'll be judged on the basis of your behavior as well. So whether you're a polite person or you're a rude person, so you will be judged on the basis of that as well. Then knowledge, whether you have proper knowledge about the particular topic or not, whether you know about the topic or not. So generally when you take part in a GD, so the topics will get there will be familiar topics, so you will have some kind of information about the topic. So, and in that manner you can just express your opinions and views about the topic. You can use the information, you can listen to the other members of the group, and then you can carry on with the discussion. So your knowledge will also be evaluated when you take part in a group discussion. Next is presence of mind. So the topic of the group discussion will just be given few minutes before the group discussion starts. So your presence of mind is very necessary. So how you analyze and how you portray your thoughts, that is also another important part of group discussion. Next is critical analysis. So how can you analyze? How your analyzing skills will be judged, whether you are able to analyze the others opinions or not, whether you are able to analyze the whole situation and present your own opinion or not. So critical analysis, that is also another skill that is evaluated when you take part in a group discussion. Next is the ability to handle stress. So when you take part in a group discussion, obviously being human beings, you might be stressed. So that is why how you handle the whole situation, how you handle how you handle that particular moment, how you handle stress, that is also considered when you take part in a group discussion. So you have to look calm and composed and communicate properly, behave properly, talk politely, and share your knowledge, and also analyze the whole discussion and provide your opinion, and share your views and opinions with the other participants of the group. Next is types of GD topics. So there are two types of GD topics. One is factual GD topic and another is abstract GD topic. All right. So factual topics are basically related to facts, all right, or certain information. So these topics might be related to a political issue, these topics might be related to an economical issue, these topics might be related to history, geography, to current affairs, to anything and everything that had occurred in the past or is currently taking place. So any general thing that had occurred in the past or occurs on a regular basis or is currently taking place, so those kind of topics are related to is known as factual topics. The next is abstract topics. So abstract topics are unrealistic topics. So a topic will be given and that topic is something which can never take place, which had never take place earlier and which is never going to take place in the future as well. So those topics are known as abstract topics. So such topics are totally based upon your perception, based on your imagination and your creativity. So abstract topics are unrealistic topics, whereas factual topics are realistic topics. That means which had occurred earlier or which is occurring or which keeps on occurring, on a regular basis, day-to-day basis. Now I am going to share some examples so that you are clear about the topics. So these are some of the examples of the factual topics. So as you can see, cricket in India, living in a joint family, then is better than WTO and its impact on Indian economy. So these are certain topics which are general topics. These are the topics which are realistic ones. These are not imaginary topics. So when you get factual topics, it's kind of easier to handle them. Why it's kind of easier to handle them? Because you have some or the other kind of information about this kind of topics. Moving ahead, abstract topics. So abstract topics are unrealistic topics. As you can see on your screens, pigs can fly. If I had wings to fly, the clock struck 13. So these are unrealistic topics. So pigs could not, like pigs cannot fly. They had never fly. Like pigs will never fly in the future. So this is something that is totally unrealistic. It is totally based upon your perception. So these topics are known as abstract topics. If I had wings to fly, so as human beings, we don't have wings to fly, isn't it? So this is also another topic which is unrealistic, which can never happen, isn't it? So this is totally based on your perception, on your imagination, on your creativity. You have to create, a story, and you have to develop that story, and you have to share accordingly. The clock struck 13. So this is another unrealistic thing. So the clock has, clock starts from 1 and it ends at 12. So 1 to 12. There is no 13 on the clock. So that is why this is another unrealistic topic. So like if the clock had a number 13, so what would have happened? Like you need to create your own story and then share it with the other participants. So this is about factual and abstract topics. So factual are it's simple, just remember that factual topics are related to facts, the topics which are real, everything that had occurred in the past or is currently taking place or takes place now and then. So those are factual topics, and abstract topics are the unrealistic topics, the topics which are totally based upon your imagination. Moving ahead, how you're supposed to handle factual topics. So you can handle factual topics by looking at the topic from multiple perspectives. So like when you get a factual topic, most probably you'll have certain idea about the topic. So you have to look at the topic from different angles and different perspectives and provide your opinion. And when you get a factual topic, you can also take idea from the other members, Why? How? Because when the other members will speak, definitely you can listen to them carefully and then analyze and then provide your own opinion. So this is how you can handle factual topics. Next is, how are you supposed to handle abstract topics? So you need to be creative, you need to be innovative. So this is the only way to handle the abstract topics. You have to create your own story, and then you have to develop that story and present it in front of the other members and share with the other members. It's totally dependent upon imagination and creativity. So these are some of the etiquettes. As you can see on your screens, I will also be discussing about the etiquettes in details. So these are only some of the etiquettes I have listed. So the first one is arrive on time. So you are supposed to reach on time or early. Because if you reach late, then you'll be stressed, and definitely that's not a good sign. Okay, that is going to create a negative impression. So that is why you need to arrive early. Next is, you must dress formally. So GD is a formal event, isn't it? You are either sitting for an interview, or you are either sitting in a GD for admission. So that is why it's a formal event. So you have to dress appropriately. You have to dress formally. So when I say dress formally, how do you have to dress? When you go for an interview, the way you dress for an interview, you have to exactly dress in that particular way for a GD as well, because GD is also a type of interview. So it is also a type of interview. It is also a recruitment process. It is also a selection process. So that is why you are supposed to dress formally. You need to wear formal trousers, formal shirts, a formal belt, formal shoes, formal pump shoes for girls. Girls can also wear cotton sari, because cotton saris are also formal. And you need to look good. You need to, your personality should bloom when you go for a GD. So you should look smart. You should, look good when you go for a GD. Next is, communicate properly. Communication is the key. So you must be able to communicate properly. You must be able to express your opinions properly, and also understand the other people's opinion. Next is positive attitude. So you have to portray a positive attitude. Anything negative can throw you away, throw you out. So that is why you need to portray a positive attitude. All right. Next is to organize your thoughts. So before you speak, you need to organize your thoughts. All right. You must organize your thoughts. You must think before you speak. So when you speak, it should be specific. It should be relevant. It should be related to the topic, and the people around you, the people in your group, must be able to understand what you are trying to say. So that is why before you tell something, it is necessary to organize your thoughts. So in a GD, you get a lot of time to think. Why? Because you are not delivering a speech. You are not the only person who is speaking in the GD. So you are one of the participants who is, who has to speak, but you're not the only one. So that is why it's a little different from a speech, because when you deliver a speech, you have to continuously speak. But in case of GD, you get some time, certain amount of time to think, to understand, to analyze, and then express. So that is why you get to organize your thoughts before you speak. Then respect the opinions of others. So you are supposed to respect the opinions of others. So you need to understand and respect the opinions of others. You might not agree, you might disagree to certain things, but